Shop Talk is filmed at 1009 Kingston Road in Toronto.
Just off the top though, did anything crazy happen in Toronto this week that I'm not aware of?
53 shootings, I think.
Not this week,
no, I'm kidding.
But in total. I know that the last time I checked the statistics, it was at 28.
We're better than New York in crime right now, like in murders.
Really?
So New York, yeah, New York is second to us or something like that in murders for this year.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
we're doubled our last year's. So that's just unheard of. Consider.
And this is Canada.
Right? So what the heck is going on in Toronto?
Well, they're talking about the penal system right now. How they're letting people back out. They're letting violent criminals back out on the streets after committing a violent crime. So, I mean, the penal system, whatever they're saying, is just, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
They need a deeper sentence.
Yeah.
They need a deeper sentence. You get caught with a gun.
Bigger sentences for guns?
Yeah.
I thought they used to say it was 10 years of bullets.
For shootings on top of that. For murder on top of that.
Drug trafficking.
We're a little too nice. I know it's Canada, but we're a little too nice.
Huh.
Well, they're getting killed too.
Well, the kids been...
One of this girl in my work told me that one of her best friends got shot in the car.
Come on.
And yeah, and it was the drive-by on TV. The girl was sitting on the passenger side in the back, and she got shot right in her chest right here. And so the girl at work told me, Said, I just got called that, oh, you know what, she got shot, but she might be okay. Then she got the call that, you know what, she didn't make it.
Come on.
And you know what the sad part is, P? They say that it was just a drive-by, just as like an initiation.
Random. No, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
So people are getting shot just for initiation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here it is, that this girl just came back. She just came back from like a banquet and they went to Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you know what, let's just finish the fit. They dropped her off right in front of her house.
Come on.
And she said, let me just finish this coffee.
Nobby.
And she just to spar with them, you know what I mean? And she got shot. You know what I mean? If she'd have just said, yo, let me just go home.
Yeah.
Right? And the car just pulled and shot her. And look, it could have shot any of them, but they shot her. You know what I mean?
Now imagine this. Once upon a time I was sitting on that same road eating a hot dog with my homie in the car.
Yeah.
As soon as we started pulling away, a car follows us, starts shooting up the whole car.
No, stop.
Not a bullet hole in me, thank God.
Yeah.
But for what reason?
I know.
I wouldn't even deal with that if I didn't say, yo, just finish your hot dog.
Yeah. That's how it is now, man.
Yo, that street, that area alone, Canada itself right now, it needs to get on something.
So is it getting worse or has it always been bad?
No, it's getting worse.
There's more guns on the
It's
street.
getting worse. You have kids.
There's more guns on the street right now.
You have kids that are running around shooting at people just because.
Yeah, that's when it's not
there's
cool.
No nothing.
That's when it's not cool.
We don't know each other from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
It's like, how are we gonna trust you if you don't shoot somebody? You gotta go and take some blood, you know what I mean? And that's sad.
That's how it's been going on in the States for 50 years, right? I think the problem is that now that when I was a kid and on the road, a burner was like $3,000 minimum.
Yeah.
Now these kids are picking them up for like $5.
Yeah.
You know? The government's probably bringing them in. Yeah.
I remember a reporter asking, like, so what are you guys trying to do about this pipeline of guns that's coming through? Because clearly there's too much guns in Toronto. Clearly. What about the incident the other day where that guy, he didn't even know a man was pointing a gun at his head from behind. And the gun jammed, and then they just walked away, and then he didn't even know what happened. He didn't even know what happened until he seen it on the news. Yo, that was me. That was me. But if that gun didn't jam, they would have just killed an innocent man for no reason. The man just broke his fast.
Oh, come on.
Went outside.
Allahu Akbar.
And this is during Ramadan.
God is great. Exactly. God is great.
Well, you know what? We're still not as bad as the States because even today in the States, there was 4 people that got shot in some workplace. Today. So we're not as bad as the States, you know what I mean? Our laws are way stricter when it comes to gun laws than the States.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. We've got strict gun laws and that's still not preventing things from happening. If people want guns, they're going to get them whether legally or illegally.
Yeah, no, but in Canada, our laws are a little bit more stricter. In terms of carrying, we don't have no carrying laws. You know what I mean? I think we got to look at where these guns are coming from. I don't think it's... I think we got to educate the youths. You know what I mean? I think we got to educate the youths. And I think maybe we need to educate the youths to get firearm license and stuff if they want. But that way they can have it, but legally. You know what I mean?
What else happened to like the after school programs and stuff? Like how do we get these kids to stop wanting to kill?
All that's gone.
Yeah.
All that's gone.
Stop having them love money. If they stop loving money and they stop loving the bling and they stop loving all this stuff, then maybe they're not going to go after it so badly.
They don't have sports.
They don't have,
The kids don't have sports like how we had sports. The kids don't have that. They took off music. They took away music from kids.
And art programs.
Art programs.
They funded everything.
Yeah, man.
They just had a great water park in this neighborhood. They had a water fight for the day. They do it every year.
Yeah.
And all those kids are out there having a great time. There's no shootings. There's nothing like that. So it's not like you can't live like that. Right? People can live happy and people can live together.
For sure. But there's no need to turn Toronto into a gangland.
The biggest
Like,
problem
not-
is the media.
Okay.
The
Talk
media
about it.
feeds it, right? It feeds them to these kids that it's okay to do all this stuff, right?
But not only
I'll give you
that-
another example, right?
Yeah.
So my wife follows this empowerment to women thing on Instagram for pregnant women giving birth, right? They take down their stuff because there's nudity in it, but if you're a 12-year-old girl twerking, it's okay to stay up. Right? The whole agenda is whack. I don't think it's got-
to say.
The media inspires things like, hey, look at this guy. He shot some people, so he's cool.
Honestly.
And video games, they're not a leading cause. Like, for the most part, they might actually even help kids. They give them conversational skills. But at the same time, there are all these people online that are like, ha, look, I shot this guy in the game. And then the young kids are like, huh, I bet that would be pretty cool in real life. But it's not the games themselves, it's the people that comment, ha, it's a good thing that I shot this guy. It's
Yeah.
that.
But I also don't think
It's
that
so funny.
10-year-old kids,
Yeah.
right,
10-year-olds should not be able to play
playing
Call
these
of Duty.
games where the caliber of the bullet, the weapon, the serial number's all real. It's a real gun.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why Call of Duty is given an age restriction, but
who's controlling the age restriction?
parents are allowed to buy it for their children and give
They still do that?
actual
Really?
permission.
So funny because Pete said this so many episodes ago that yeah, the media just even having it on the news all the time is gonna make people feel like, hey, I can have that sort of popularity.
Exactly.
And Pete, wasn't there a shooting where the kid deliberately he didn't shoot his friends because he wanted them to stay behind to tell his story. So people are doing it now for popularity, just like you said. It's actually having a negative impact, just showing it. You know what I mean? And the way we're covering it.
Kids that suffer from depression, like their parents are like, oh yeah, I hear about all these kids that are depressed, but I don't think my son will be depressed. He's always so nice around me. And I do have friends that are depressed and don't tell their parents.
For sure.
It's a horrible epidemic, depression, and it causes people to do such horrible things. And
Do you think though it's also popular to be depressed now?
nowadays it's like,
It's in the music.
oh, I'm depressed, and then people are like, oh, I'm so sorry for you, but they're encouraging them to they're getting attention by saying this.
What were you saying?
Going through a rough patch in life, it's all you'll figure it out.
yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't have to put a label on it. Oh, I'm depressed right now. You're going through a rough patch. You'll figure it out. You know, in life there's ups and downs.
Since we've been gone, Meek Mill came home.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
And he dropped a new song.
And he dropped a crazy new song, Stay Woke.
Who did?
Meek Mill.
Oh, nice.
He touches topics. He touches great topics.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Real topics.
He talks about what America's going through right now. On a more serious level than This Is America, making it a joke.
Yeah.
You know, he gets really touchy on it, which I like.
He's also just put so much energy into positive change and into championing for like other men that are facing like tough sentences and stuff like that. Like he's become the poster boy for like prison reform.
Yep.
How crazy is that?
And also being targeted by law.
Yeah.
You know, targeted by the justice system. He really touches on that topic, which they need to see that.
This is it.
America needs to see that.
How important is it to use your microphone to do music that actually makes a difference?
It's very important to have a message in your music, considering the following you have with your music. They don't even listen to what's going on in the church anymore. They'd rather listen to what's going on in Yeezy's, as he says he's a god. You know, like how could you claim yourself to be a god? And Jehovah. Like these things are from the Bible. These things are quotes from the Bible. How are you claiming that when you're having these kids not even believing in God, but believing in you?
Yeah.
You know, so I find that so wrong. I find that, but I can't. I've got a 16-year-old son that listens to this music that actually.
Okay, well this is it.
Upset.
Because if you're 16, this is like the feel-good era, right? The music, sometimes you don't even know what they're saying. It's just about how the music feels and how it makes you move. What kind of hip hop did you grow up listening to? And how important is it to actually use your platform to make a difference?
You know what? Wait, listen. He knows what I like.
Tupac.
You listen to Tupac?
Hey, he has an old soul, man.
Impressive.
He has an old soul. And like old soul, I'm talking Easy and like Wu-Tang and
crazy.
And I'm like, and his mom doesn't like it. His mom's like, hey, you know what? Your son shouldn't listen to that. And I agree with her. But I told her, you know what? He's only 9 and he has this passion for this music.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stop my son from having passion. And you know what? As a dad, I think it's my responsibility to let him listen to it. And if he has questions, I should be the one to answer that. Because I listen to hip hop, I love hip hop, right? And I listen to hip hop all my life and I never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I never went to jail. I told hey, you know, like, I'm alright, I tried it, at least my best, you know what I mean? So I know hip hop didn't do anything to me, right? So I think if my son wants to listen to hip hop, it's good. And if my son starts listening to hip hop that I think maybe he shouldn't listen to because the message is bad, right? I would say to him, hey, you know what? This is what I feel about this song, right? And I think he needs to understand that. And then things, if he has questions, I want to be the guy he answers those questions, you know what I mean?
Fun. Drake's coming out tomorrow, you excited? Double CD?
A little bit, not really. It'd be good to see what Toronto music has to offer once again, but I'm not really with his music right now.
Nah? What about his not responding to Pusha T? Does it matter if he responds to Pusha T on the CD? Are you rating it or is it too late?
Well, at my angle, seeing that I know that Jay Prince told him not to respond, I kind of see why he didn't respond.
Drake is dropping double CD tomorrow. You excited about it?
No, not at all.
Drake.
Oh, yes, I'm waiting for the response. Me too.
Everybody is waiting for the response. So you're still gonna rate it, even though he didn't drop it earlier. You're still gonna rate it if the response is on his album?
I'm a supporter. I'm gonna buy his album, listen to it, and be happy.
I'm excited for West Side Gun and Conway's release.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not buying it, Drake. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna buy it though.
He still owes us $20.
Yeah, you know what? Oh yeah, you don't buy that shit. Fuck that.
Have a good day. I know. Dre bars I would buy.
Dre bars I would buy. Dre bars is fire, actually.
That's right.
Drake's got enough money.
Drake's dropping tomorrow. You excited about it? Yeah?
Me too.
Let's see. It's a double.
As soon as doors open. Yeah, you got me too.
As soon as what?
I'm joking. I'm not buying that right away. But I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
12 a.m. you're buying it?
Well, Drake does have a baby on the way, so he's gonna need to make it a double album.
Why do some of us still hate on Drake?
It's not even the
It's not
same.
hate, it's not hate.
He doesn't represent.
Because we share none of the money in Toronto, man.
You don't represent where he came
We bring
from.
none of that money back to Toronto.
All these guys, most of these guys,
$1 million on the streets in Miami, and there's $1 million that's needed right here on the streets of Toronto by so many people that are suffering here in Toronto.
How
And
did I
where
never
is he
consider
from?
that?
Where is he from? He's from Toronto.
How did I not consider that?
If Drake keeps sucking up the market, how are the younger artists going to get anything out of it?
Come on, Sean.
Right? How are they going to make any money if Drake is keeping all the money
Let's
for
talk to his
himself?
fan. Your man's keeping all the money for himself. He's not spreading the clout.
well, I think he's a big Drake fan, and he wants to comment on that.
Hey, you know what? I don't really. Hey, I appreciate Drake because he's representing Toronto. I don't hate it. I think that there's a lot of money out there, and if there's good rappers, they gotta go get that money and hustle like Drake does. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I can't knock Drake for making all that money. Hey, he's making that money. He did it. You know, he put us on the map too. you know, and so I'm not gonna hate Drake, right? But I know we've seen him. I've seen him around here in the shop. He used to come here all the time. You know what I mean? And we know he's not that hardcore like he says he is. You know what I mean? We just know that because we all know him.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter, man.
It does matter?
It does matter. We want some street credit if you're gonna run your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, we don't hate him. No, I don't hate. You know, we appreciate what he does.
Dope.
Tell Drake, come by Cut and Run, share some of the wealth. You know, when you sat in the chair and took the call from what's his name, Lil Wayne. You know, you're all proud and all uppity about, you know, when you were just Aubrey in the shop, we had you in the back having beers with us, you know, smoking weed with us, and all this stuff he was doing with us. And all of a sudden he came and come and say, what's up to the boys? His uncles, you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden Drake, even his people would say something to us.
Now he better stop by. Tomorrow, he better stop by just to make it official. Just to show everybody it's official. Let's officially invite Pusha.
Pusha T wants to come by and get his haircut. You know?
Let's officially invite Pusha T.
The best, yeah, it's the best barbershop in the city, Pusha T. You might want to come by and get your haircut
when
you're in the city.
Free? Is the cut free? Is Pusha's cut
No, we'll give you a free cut. Absolutely. Absolutely. Promo.
Thanks, you guys.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another week of Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
I did it.